Every December, the grounds of Bethesda Hospital are lit up with thousands of Christmas lights through the Bethesda Foundation's Gifts of Light campaign. This campaign is their single largest fundraiser and is expected to raise around $75,000 this year, money that is invested into healthcare improvements at the hospital, Bethesda Place, and in other projects around the community. Nearly 300 people packed the hospital grounds for this year's tree lighting ceremony to celebrate the season and, for some, to honor the memory of loved ones whose names adorn the many signs placed around the hospital grounds and also on the red trees hanging along Main Street and Brandt Avenue in Steinbach. When it comes to holiday gift giving, most every parent or grandparent will tell you that there is no greater gift that one could receive than news of an impending birth. Steinbach's Menno and Marilyn Rempel received news in December of 2007 that they were to become first-time grandparents, as their daughter Tara and husband David announced that they were expecting.
Our daughter gave us that news on Christmas Eve, if I'm not mistaken, and we were very, very excited about it.
What was supposed to be a happy and joyous time spent preparing for the arrival of their first grandchild turned quite suddenly into a very different experience.
The pregnancy proceeded quite normally. And then when she went for some ultrasounds or some tests that the doctor asked her to do, it was discovered that the child was not well.
The baby was diagnosed with a diaphragmatic hernia, a rare defect that occurs in between 2,000 to 5,000 births, in which the baby's diaphragm doesn't develop properly in utero.
Well, we have a diaphragm that separates our lungs and our intestines.
The hernia allows for the body's lower organs to move up into the chest cavity, preventing the baby's lungs from developing properly. This is a very serious condition that, despite medical advances made over the past few decades, can still prove fatal. A diagnosis like this would be devastating to any family. But for the Rempels, this wasn't the first time they'd been through this emotional roller coaster.
We were familiar with the case because our firstborn child also passed away from this very same thing.
Menno recalls the moment they received news of the baby's illness.
Well, it was a moment of despair because of our experience. However, we were told that medical advances were so great that in 80-90% of the cases this could now be fixed once a child was born, and everything should be okay.
Despite the best efforts by an incredible team of doctors, baby Levi fell into that other 10%. It's hard to imagine the impact that the loss of a child has on an entire family.
The first year we didn't even want to do Christmas. First year after Levi passed away, well, I took my family to Mexico because we couldn't bear the thought of spending it here. That summer, when they began the Tree of Light campaign, and I thought it would be a very, very unique opportunity, not only to make little Levi's life meaningful for us as a family, and at the same time give funds to a very worthy organization that all people in southeastern Manitoba benefit from. It's not a one-shot deal that only benefits a certain amount of people. We all need hospitals and we all need medical facilities, and I thought this was an excellent way to remember Levi's life.
Giving to the Bethesda Foundation's Gifts of Light campaign in Levi's honor has been an annual tradition for the Rempels ever since that first year. And you'll always find the family on the grounds of Bethesda Hospital during the tree lighting ceremony.
We as a family have made this kind of a special day. All of us go there to the ceremony. We enjoy the hot dogs and the hot chocolate and the fireworks and the lighting ceremony. Death is darkness. Turning those lights on is sort of a story of Christmas. the Messiah came to give light to the world. And in some small way, we can do this ourselves by participating in this Tree of Light program.
Out of a family tragedy, a beautiful Christmas tradition was born that truly epitomizes the spirit of giving. And it wasn't long after that Menno and Marilyn would realize the joy of becoming grandparents.
2 years later, Annika was born. Absolutely wonderful little girl.
Followed shortly thereafter
by Ezra, who is Grandpa's special friend.
There's no mistaking the joy in Menno's face when he talks about his grandchildren.
I can't say enough about them. It's absolutely wonderful to have grandkids.
For Steinbach Online, I'm Karen Black.